Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into a challenge that, let's be honest, every single speaker has faced. How do you turn a room full of people just listening into a group of genuinely active, engaged minds? We're going to explore how you can flip the script and transform your presentations from a monologue into a really memorable conversation. So let's get right into it.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been up there giving a presentation, you're passionate, you know your stuff, and you look out and you're met with just nothing, a total wall of silence? It is a feeling that every presenter absolutely dreads. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The blank stares, the subtle but oh-so-obvious glow of phone screens lighting up faces in the audience. And that silence, it's so loud it's almost deafening. That's that sinking feeling when you know you've just lost them.
Now, this isn't just some awkward moment you have to push through. We're actually calling this the silent audience problem. And it's a huge red flag. It's a sign that your message just isn't connecting, that your audience has mentally checked out, and a really crucial opportunity to share and learn is just slipping away. But here's the really good news. This is a solvable problem. And the solution, believe it or not, isn't about telling more jokes or having flashier slides. No, it's about strategy. We're going to break down some really concrete, practical strategies that turn those passive listeners into genuinely active participants.
So, what's the big secret here? What's the magic ingredient? Honestly, it all boils down to one core concept: interaction. That's it. Shifting from a one-way information dump to a two-way conversation is without a doubt the most powerful thing you can do to make your content actually stick.
And look, this really lays out the stakes perfectly. On one hand, you've got the passive presentation. You know the one. It's an information dump, retention is super low, and the audience is just gone. But on the other hand, an active presentation creates this dynamic learning environment. People remember more and they actually start thinking critically. So engagement isn't just a nice little add-on. It is absolutely essential for learning.
Okay, so how do we actually create that active environment? I am so glad you asked. We are now officially opening up your engagement toolkit. Think of these as a set of simple but incredibly powerful techniques that you can start using, like, tomorrow.
First up in the toolkit, we have the absolute powerhouse of participation, the open-ended question. Look, this is not about asking, does everyone get it, where you just get a sea of blank nods. No, this is about asking questions that literally can't be answered with a yes or no. It forces your audience to pause, to think, and to actually put together a real response.
Just think about how a simple little phrase like, "What are your thoughts on?" completely changes the vibe in the room. It's a signal. It tells everyone that you actually value their opinion, that this is a space for discussion, not a lecture hall. It's a direct invitation to join the conversation.
And there's way more in the kit. You can use live polls to get a quick pulse check on the room's opinion. You can break people into small groups for a quick activity. I'm telling you, the energy that generates is amazing. And you can invite them to share their own real-life examples. That forges a personal connection to what you're saying, making it instantly more relevant.
All right, so once you've got the hang of basic interaction, it's time to level up. We're moving beyond just getting people to talk. We're now entering the realm of getting them to think on a much deeper level. And this, my friends, is the power of critical questioning. So what is critical questioning? It's all about turning your presentation into a kind of shared journey of discovery. You're not just delivering facts anymore. You're using questions to challenge assumptions, to dig deeper, and to guide your audience toward a much more profound understanding of the whole topic.
And there are different flavors of these questions you can use. You've got clarifying questions just to make sure everyone's on the same page, like, can you say a bit more about that point? Then you've got probing questions, which push for evidence, like, what makes you say that? And my personal favorite, hypothetical questions, which just open up a world of possibilities by asking, but what if?
So we have the tools, we've got the advanced techniques. So what now? Let's talk about putting it all together to really fundamentally change the way you run your sessions from now on.
This is the big mindset shift. Your ultimate goal is to stop being a lecturer on a stage and start being a facilitator in the room. And you should think of your Q&A not as that awkward thing you tack on at the very end, but as a live, interactive discussion that you are actively guiding.
So this is your new role. You want to encourage questions right from the start. Address them as they pop up, weaving them into the natural flow of your talk. When you foster this kind of interactive environment, you're not just presenting anymore. You're actively getting a read on your audience's understanding in real time, and you can adjust as you go.
So it's time to forget the silent stares and the glowing phones. The power to create a truly active, buzzy, engaged audience is completely in your hands. It all just starts with a simple change in your approach. So the only question left really is, what question are you going to ask next?